How do you respond when you're under pressure? Last night we started our Brave Faith series through the book of Daniel, and we looked at Daniel and three friends who were in a situation of pressure. They were out of their home, they were away from their family, they were taken from Jerusalem, put in Babylon. It says in verse 2 that the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into Nebuchadnezzar's hand. So God is the one, He's orchestrating this whole plan for them to have pressure and to have a test. There are going to be times when God puts us in trying, difficult circumstances, and when we're there, He's trying to stretch us, He's trying to grow us, to build us into the people who He wants us to be, so that we can live with a brave faith. And Daniel does just that. In verse 8, whenever he's offered unclean food, he's offered wine that he shouldn't drink, it says, Daniel resolved that he would not defile himself with the king's food. Daniel, he stepped up. He didn't sit back, but he took action. He had the courage to act, and he spoke to the chief eunuch, the guy who's in charge, the guy who actually brought him from Jerusalem into Babylon. Remarkably, God gives him favor. He finds compassion in his eyes. Once again, God is working all these kinds of things out. If we never step out, we never step up for the Lord, we may never experience God supporting us and God working in this special way like Daniel does. Sometimes it takes a trial, a hard time, for us to experience God's special provision like Daniel did. He offers this alternative plan. Instead, they'll do a test run of 10 days instead of all the pork. They'll have vegetables. At the end of the 10 days, they're the ones who look the best. They're the ones at the very end of it who are the wisest, who are the best. Daniel, he's given this ability to interpret dreams. God rewarded these young men, Daniel was only 16 at the time, for withstanding pressure. God's with us when we're in those challenging times. He has a purpose for us when we're in challenging times. And God can reward us when we're in challenging times. It may not be an immediate reward like we see here, but we do see people get immediate rewards like Daniel, like Job, like Joseph. But even if we don't get an immediate reward, we know that our Father in heaven will reward us for all that we do here on earth when we get to spend eternity with Him. It's all going to be worth it, everything that we've done for the Lord. So that should give us confidence to live with a brave faith that if God is in us, that the Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in us. So we don't stand on our own strength, don't stand on our own power. We stand in Him. We can live with a brave faith because that's what God desires. He's going to support us while we're in those hard situations, and it's going to be all worth it in the end. So today, whatever situation, whatever trial, whatever kind of pressure you're in, live with a brave faith.